Initiating protocol. Polar opposites in 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You are now listening to The Polar Opposites with DJ Stormtrooper
and Ricky C.
Only on the Raider
88.1 FM.
Yo everyone, what's up? It is the eve before Halloween, and it is the perfect time to listen to The Polar Opposites. We got a jam-packed episode for you guys today. I am DJ Stormtrooper.
I'm Ricky C.
And let's go ahead and just jump right into it, shall we, Ricky C?
Yep.
Alright, so what do we have for our useless fact of the day?
This comes from the silly little state of Ohio. Ohio was listed as the 17th state in the United States, but technically it is number 47. Until August 7th, 1953, Congress forgot to vote on a resolution to admit Ohio to the Union.
Whoops.
So it's actually the 47th state to technically added to the United States.
Can you imagine they're just sitting there like, okay, we got, let's say, Texas, and then we got Iowa.
How do you forget?
Are we forgetting something? What are we forgetting?
So does that mean it was its own country for...
I guess it was like momentarily.
1953?
Yeah, I guess they were like, oh, crap, we forgot Ohio. And so they just did it.
Wow. Maybe that's why people from Ohio are weird.
Why? Because we forgot to admit them?
Yep.
Until, what was it, 1953?
1953.
Good God, man. What took so long?
It doesn't really say. It doesn't specify exactly. Maybe they were...
I mean, it happens. We're people. We're human. We forget things. I guess it's easy to forget.
No big deal. Just admitting a state to the Union, right?
As long as they admitted to it afterwards to the people of Ohio. Because I imagine people that lived in Ohio were pretty ticked off about it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Be like, hey, man, so
it's been around
have we not been Americans for this long? Like, what the heck? That's not cool.
Were they Americans or were they Ohioans? Or
I guess for that time they were...
Ohioans?
Ohioans?
Ohioese?
I'll just call them the people of Ohio so we don't sound too dumb.
I'm going to say Ohioan, because that's more plausible to me.
Whatever floats your boat. Potato, potato, am I right? So, that is your useless fact of the day for all you Ohio listeners that may not be listening, or might be listening, or watching on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook, by the way. We're glad you guys are part of the U.S. We like you guys. You guys are pretty cool, and good luck to you guys in the World Series.
To who? The Ohio Cubs?
Who? The Ohio Cubs?
Yeah, no, I was just kidding.
Okay. You know, the World Series, I think that's kind of a big deal for baseball fans.
I don't really watch baseball. To me, I think baseball is kind of boring, and it's too long.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
People
too
say,
great for viewership.
It is the American pastime, but in reality, it's
I mean,
football
well, now it's football, but I mean, it's a much different environment when you actually get to go and physically be at a game. It's a much different atmosphere, and one that I would recommend to everyone. But before we go on a whole spiel about baseball and its greatness, let's go ahead and go into a quick little music break. We'll start off with a little bit of Aerosmith, but for all you Facebook peeps, keep on watching, because we got some stuff to talk about, shall we? All right, here we go. Hello, Facebook. What is going on? Thanks for watching us. So far, we only got like 2 people listening.
Yeah.
Or watching.
One of them is my
Probably
mom.
because...
Oh, well, one of them, and that's my mom. 2,
let me go ahead and...
some other...
I'm going to go ahead and share this to my personal Facebook. So for all you Facebook people, we got a lot to talk about. We got some Halloween stuff. Halloween myths that we're going to debunk in the second hour of the program, so be sure to stick around for that long. Also, we got some crazy stories about too much dedication, as we're going to title this as soon as the episode is done streaming live. A lot to talk about. Also, we got College Radio Day coming up in just 5 days, so a little scary, but it should be some exciting stuff. We got some stuff planned out for that. Haven't finalized anything. Nothing's set in stone. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for... putting us on, Tyler James. He's the man.
Anytime.
There you go.
How's that soccer game that we called last night?
It was great. It went to double OT. It went to extra time, and Jade King, shout out to Jade King, freshman, kicked it and scored the game-winning goal, golden goal. Hit the crossbar and went in, man. It was a golden goal,
wow.
Man. And now the Texas Tech soccer team advances to the Big 12 tournament.
Holy crap.
So that was a big game. So
yeah, I mean, it was, from what I was here in the studio listening, and man, it was an exciting game. It was a hell of a game, and now we get to go to the Big 12 tournament. That's always pretty cool and exciting. So good things to look forward to, and hopefully we can call those NCAA tournament games. Don't know where it's going to be yet. Hopefully we'll have at least one more to call, but if not, congrats to the Texas Tech Red Raiders soccer team for doing so well. Again, you guys kill it every year. Yeah, cool stuff. That was on this past Friday night. Oh, let me go ahead and share this. I almost forgot to share it.
Wow.
But, yeah, so Ricky C., how was your weekend? I know you took a little trip to Sweetwater.
Yeah, so I went to go see the puppy that I'm getting soon.
Your old pupper?
Yeah, it's a little Chihuahua Shih Tzu mix. She's adorable. It's a girl, so I mean, a lot of people. What do you think? You've had a girl dog? How is it different from having a dog that's a guy?
I mean, it depends on the breed, I guess, because different breeds have different personalities. I haven't gotten to see her yet, but my parents actually adopted a puppy like 2 months ago. And compared to my previous dogs, I mean, she's like well behaved. She does well with guests over when other people are watching or walking their dog, across the street and stuff.
She won't try to bite my
No, apparently she's like very well behaved, very
good, because
well mannered.
That's what scared me.
Yeah, my mom always brags on her all the time. I can't wait to meet her. But my previous dogs, I mean, they were super mean, not really great with people. I mean, they love the heck out of us. But
so scary.
Yeah, dogs they're an investment. I mean, they add a lot to your family.
You know, the tiny dog I'm getting, I think it's going to live up to be like almost like 15 to like 19 years. So I mean, that's because smaller dogs usually have a longer lifespan. So I mean,
yeah,
that's going to be like a pretty big investment.
Exactly. I mean, it's a lot of dedication. It's basically taking care of a child. I know I don't want to sound like that crazy dog owner person, but I mean, essentially it is.
I'm going to have a dog daughter, maybe.
That's an interesting way to put it, but yeah, I suppose, little dog daughter.
Dog daughter. Her name is Sarita.
But we want to know, since, Halloween's tomorrow, we don't air the show on Mondays, obviously. We want to open up the question to you guys. What do you like to do for Halloween? What are you going to dress up as this year? Did you already attend some cool parties and stuff over the weekend? If so, then tell us what you went as, a little bit of your experiences. We'd like to hear your thoughts on that. We like to go all out for Halloween. Every single time we do the show, we always do the whole month dedicated to October stuff, to Halloween-related stories, haunted houses. This past Friday episode, which you can check out on the KTXT and Polar Opposites page, we talked a lot about exorcisms. So that was some pretty spooky stuff for all you people that like the whole supernatural aspect to it. But this time we're going to keep it a little light.
Would you say exorcised? Like we had to exorcise this demon out of...
Yeah, I mean, he's getting pretty out of shape. We had to take him for...
Exorcising and exorcism sounds kind of the same, so...
I feel you.
Maybe that's why they're both evil. Who knows, man?
I suppose,
Exercise, yeah. Exercising gives you exorcisms. How about that? Huh? I like it.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'll take it. Screw it. So we would love to know. We haven't really planned out much for Halloween. We've been so focused on work and school that. I mean, yesterday I didn't do anything. I didn't go to any parties.
I'm going to do anything. I have no costume, no money.
Exactly. All I did was watch football on Netflix
time.
Yesterday. So I didn't have a social life.
I have no idea what I'm going to do.
I mean, sometimes we could just chill. I guess we could just chill, hand out candy to some of the kids.
And, and it's a school night. And Thursday.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's not going to be much going on. I mean all the fun stuff happened already.
Let's be honest. But
it's true. We will find any excuse to party right now.
I won't. I probably won't be doing it. Probably just hanging out. Just
watch
scary movies and give candy to the youth. The youth of tomorrow.
Well, way to sound like an old timer.
I am an old timer.
I've
been on this planet for 2 decades in a year. So
well, those dang kids over there dressing up and twerking in their skimpy outfits.
I low-key miss going out and getting candy. Like, I miss going out and getting
yeah,
candy.
I mean, that's...
But now you can't do that anymore, because now you
look
like a weirdo.
You can. I mean, there's nothing stopping you. You have every right to. You just, like you said, you kind of look like a weirdo, I guess.
Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm probably...
Unless you have a kid.
After Halloween, I think I'm going to go and buy, just, how they have, like huge, after sale, everything's, 75% off. I'm going to go and buy, costumes and fake blood and other props for, short film kind of things. So, I think that's what I'm going to do.
It's kind of some fun little stuff on the side.
Yeah,
I know there's a prop store around the area somewhere.
There's a prop store?
I want to say there is.
Prop store or Halloween prop store?
I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just heard that there was some kind of prop store. I heard it through the grapevine, and I don't know if it's true or not. We do a little bit of research after the show, maybe in between segments and stuff. But we got about minute 17 left. Ricky C, so for the Facebook watchers at home or on the go, I guess, what can they expect for our first story?
It's just, we'll just say it's a cop doing his duty. Whether it being giving...
You said duty.
Giving his tickets to fellow cops or citizens. He's just doing his job. Let's just say that.
All right. Well, that's something to look forward to. It's gonna be we always have cool stories for you guys, so be sure to stick around. We got 40 seconds left in the song. For those of you that are watching the Facebook stream and wondering, hey, you guys are a radio station, how come you're not playing music? Well, technically we are over the air right now, but because of FCC rules and copyright law, we can't actually do that on a live stream on the internet because we could get the video taken down.
Big no.
Yeah, been there, done that, don't want to do it again. So you got to listen to us blabber and look at our not so beautiful faces. But thanks for putting up with us.
We're pretty ugly.
So we got about 10 seconds. We're going to switch it back real quick. Don't go anywhere just yet. Running with the Devil, a little bit of Van Halen, and Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith to kick it off for this end of Spooktober episode for the Polar Opposites. I am DJ Stormtrooper.
I'm Ricky C.
So, Ricky C, we mentioned that the show has a little bit too much dedication involved for our stories.
Right.
Can you please clarify on our first story?
This happens in the wonderful state of Florida, Haines City.
Surprise, surprise, it's Florida again.
In a small city, it's not always fun being the guy who writes the tickets for running a red light. This is coming from a quote, I've had to write the notices to my friends, co-workers, firemen, highway patrolmen, Officer Tim Glover of the Haines City Police Department said. It's Glover's job to review red light camera footage. While doing so, he realized he was one of the people who had run a red light. It happened on his way to lunch on September 8th. He was making a left turn when the light changed to red, and the car he usually drives to enforce the law became one in which was breaking it. Glover didn't even know what he'd done until the footage came up on his computer about 2 weeks after the infraction. He said, I realized the vehicle did look familiar, and I was hoping it wasn't mine, but I walked out and confirmed it was mine and here in the parking lot, he said. Glover could have covered it up, but he took the high road and turned himself into his boss, who wrote him a ticket.
I mean, talk about a Boy Scout, I guess. I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, this year we had...
I didn't know cops wrote other cops' tickets.
I guess you can. I mean, sometimes you just gotta hold each other accountable, no matter how trivial it may be. But I guess, when we have this year in particular so many stories and controversies about police and wrongdoings and things like that, it's kind of refreshing to hear a story where a cop is literally so honest that he takes a citation from another cop.
Right, it's a $160 citation apparently.
$160?
Yeah, I wish I could have paid.
What was it? It was he ran a red light or something?
Red light.
I mean, can't you do that though as a police officer? Isn't
well, I mean,
that
if you're a police officer going to like an emergency call, yeah, you can run a red light.
But he just flat out ran it.
Yeah, like he was just turning, and then the light turned red. Is what I think.
Oh, I mean, because I know you can legally right turn.
Yeah, you can right turn. You just can't left turn. Well, you can right turn unless specified otherwise.
Driver's Ed 101 with Ricky and Stormtrooper. That's interesting though. I mean,
how much was? Wait,
to be fair, for all the stories we talk about related to Florida, this one's not so bad. This one's actually
an honest story.
It's an honest story about honest people doing their jobs in Florida.
I'm pretty sure half our news stories.
Kudos to you, Florida, for finally getting it together because, man, we're tired of bagging on you guys. We're rooting for you.
Exactly.
So this one's a little refreshing.
These stories usually either come from,
So if we were police officers, would you give me the ticket?
Oh, yeah.
If
I'm being honest, yeah. I'm an honest guy.
Are you doing it out of honesty or out of spite, though?
Depends on...
Your attitude's got to be in the right place here, Ricky C.
It'd probably be both. I mean, I'm being honest and spiteful, so, I mean... It is being honest, and...
What if I was on a chase? I was chasing down a criminal.
Well, I mean, then
who stopped by an In-N-Out.
Ooh, well, I wouldn't give you... I would ask you to bring me back some burgers. Probably.
So I gotta hit up the In-N-Out as well?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not on call, dude. It's you.
Well, what if we were like partners or something?
I mean, you were like in the same car?
Yeah, like
why would I give you a ticket then?
Well, I don't know.
I'm your passenger.
It's like say I'm the driver, right? Like I run a red light, you're my partner, you're in the passenger seat, and you're like, hey, bro, you just ran that red light. That ain't cool.
Are we chasing somebody?
No, let's just say, like, by the skin of my teeth, like, I just kind of miss it.
Okay,
on the yellow light.
Is it like a yellow light? You weren't able to stop and you pass it.
Basically.
Okay, then yeah, I wouldn't give you a ticket.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because you can't stop on time.
Okay.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, because that'd be a not cool move. No, I would not appreciate that.
I have ran a red light before, a long time ago when I was a teenager.
Did you get caught for it?
No, I didn't.
So you're a criminal on the run?
Yeah.
You're living on the edge. I like it.
Never been caught.
Ricky C's tough after all. All right, folks. Well, thank you for listening to us rant about this first story. We got a couple more on the way, but let's go ahead and throw it to the XX. In the meantime, Facebook people, keep on watching. We still want to conversate. Leave us some comments. Talk to us. Here is Reunion. All right, Facebook peeps. Thanks for keeping up with us. All right, no comments as of yet. A little bit disappointing, but that's okay. It's still early.
Dry.
The show
Must go on.
Yeah, show must go on. It's still young. I noticed that in our previous episode, we had kind of a hiccup. It actually, like the thumbnail, it just kind of shows like a dark room on the other side instead of us actually like.
It was just ghosts.
But I mean, you know, it happens. It happens. You know, it's whatever. All right, so. Ricky C, for the Facebook people, we like to give them previews. So, what can they expect for our next story?
This man changes his name to a particular device, Ukrainian man. Oh. So, I mean, not surprising.
Interesting. If you could name yourself after a device, who would it be?
If I would name myself, I'd probably be something pretty cool, like...
It has to be existing. Like, you can't make up the product.
Like the Radon GTX 900 or something.
That's a mouthful for a name.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool.
Is that like first, last name, everything? Or
Radon
is it like
GTX.
Radon GTX, whatever, Cortez?
Yeah.
You would have it like that? Mm-hmm. So you would keep the Cortez name in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I can dig it.
Radon GTX 5, whatever.
You're going to leave whatever in there?
Yeah, whatever.
The GTX, whatever, man. I don't care, Cortez. Somebody has to see your license. All right, Mr. GTX 900, whatever, Cortez. Like, right, literally all whatever. In there. Try to get into a club. All right, people. Well, we'd like to hear your thoughts. So, talk to us. We want to talk to you guys. We want to know what you thought about that first story. If you would give your cop buddy a ticket, you know, hold him accountable, or you let him get away with it. I mean, it's a red light, so it's not like we're not talking like life or death here. So it's a little more petty than, you know, it's a little more petty this time.
Somebody, would you give me a ticket?
If you murdered someone,
yeah,
I would have you arrested. I wouldn't just give you a ticket. Be like, hey man,
back me up.
No, I would not. I am not supporting any kind of murder of any type. Now, if it was like self-defense, you know, like that's a different story. You know, someone comes in here, tries to kill you. You know, you get to them first. You know, that's self-defense. Yeah, I'll back you up on that. But if you just go on a murdering spree,
what if it's a guy?
I'm not gonna back you up on that. You're on your own.
Let's just say he like murdered my family. And I've been doing like 4 years. This is like what's it called? Hard. What is it called? When,
hard
like,
time.
No.
Or what are you talking about?
You do your own. Like you try to get justice.
Vigilante.
Not under the law. Is it vigilante?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. So what?
Or take your law into your own hands.
Yeah.
Or...
take the law into my own hands.
Okay. So somebody kills your
vigilante. He kills my family.
Would you be like a superhero vigilante? Or you're just going out.
Let's say he goes to court.
Yeah.
They find him not guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we know he's guilty, and so I go out and I kill him.
But you know for a fact he did it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it kind of depends. If it's that kind of situation, then
vigilante justice.
I would just kind of keep my mouth shut. I guess I wouldn't say anything, but I'm not gonna like help you hide the body or nothing like that. Like, you're on your own. I don't know why we're talking about murder here on Facebook. It's got a little more real than I thought it would. But
I know the answers.
I guess, you know, I'd keep my mouth shut. I would hold my tongue. But see, then, like, in that case, what if the police, you know, they start questioning me because, you know, I'd be like the go-to guy for like info since you like skip town or something. What do you expect me to do then?
Say something like, you know, after realizing that, you know, the guy didn't get justice, I didn't want to live in the city anymore, so he left. to go live.
But they're going to need answers on the body or anything.
The body?
Yeah, well, I mean, you killed the guy. They're going to be like, hey, what do you know about the murder of Bob Jenkins?
Bob Jenkins, huh?
I don't know why Bob Jenkins is the first name. For any Bob Jenkins that may be listening or watching it, it's not personal. I'm not targeting you or anything. But just Bob Jenkins is like the first thing popped in my head.
I don't know, man. That's
his name is Bob Jenkins.
I can't tell you what to say because I'm gone. I
guess. Well, then they're gonna go looking for him. I'd just be like, I haven't seen or heard him. I don't know. I guess he left town, didn't tell anyone. But
you would have like burned files or anything. You burned my
probably
files?
Not. I'm not gonna go out of my way. But
all right, what if?
Okay, but if they take me down,
how about this? Huh? What?
But if they take me to prison, like because it'd be like, oh, well, if you're hiding information, then you're an accomplice. If that's the case, then they put me to jail. I'd be like, wait, okay, but he's hiding in Cuba.
You read me out.
If they put me in prison, I mean, what's the point?
Wow,
I'm not going down alone for your mistakes.
So wow.
I mean, I think
you know my family, and you'd be like, whatever, man.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna go to prison for what you did, that ain't right. How are you gonna feel about yourself when you're hanging out in the Bahamas?
I'm not in the Bahamas. I'm like
you killed a guy.
I'm in Wisconsin or something.
You killed a guy. You're in
Cheese World.
You're in you're in the Dominican Republic sipping on a martini on the beach side while I'm
First of all,
right
I
in
like
prison.
Martinis. All right, so get your facts.
It's hypothetical. Okay, it's hypothetical. All right, relax. Like, you know what I mean, though.
Dominican Republic isn't up north either. It's in the south.
I didn't say it was up north. Who said it was? I pointed at you. I was pointing at you.
Yeah.
I guess you're up north. Hey.
In Wisconsin?
Why Wisconsin?
I don't know.
What is Wisconsin?
They'll have good cheese.
I guess.
All right, what if they killed your family, and I killed the guy who killed your family, but out of vigilante justice? Would you burn my files?
Probably not.
Really?
Oh, well, I mean, no, I would. Excuse me, I would.
Oh, okay.
I guess. Yeah. That'd be fair. Nothing personal to your family. I know your mom's probably listening to this right now. Not personal.
She's not anymore.
And she's probably doing like, oh, well, screw that guy.
Oh, well, screw the devil. Now she is. So.
Hi, Mrs. Cortez.
No, yeah.
Hopefully you weren't listening the past 5 minutes. Oh,
I
man.
wonder if Wisconsin cheese is good.
I guess. I mean,
why are they called cheeseheads? Why do they have that?
They have a cheese packing factory? I don't know. Do I look like I know the history of Wisconsin? I've been in Texas my whole life. I don't care.
What?
Anyway, we got about 45 seconds. Well, now like 40 seconds left in this song break. So in a moment here, I'm going to switch it back. Leave us some comments, folks. We want to hear your thoughts.
Wow.
What's going through your head? All right. Well, while Ricky C is looking that up, we're going to go ahead and switch it back. Stick with us. Thanks for watching. We got another story coming up next. It's going to be fun. That's Ramona by Night Beds and Reunion by the XX. Welcome back, ladies and gents. For those of you that are listening via audio stream on KTXT-FM.org, or you can use the TuneIn app, or you can just go the old-fashioned route and go on your commute to wherever the heck you're going on a Sunday afternoon. But for all you Facebook peeps, thanks for watching. So, as we gave them the little preview, what is our next story coming on up?
Man changes his name to iPhone 7 in the ultimate act of dedication. This is coming from Time magazine. A Ukrainian man has officially changed his name to iPhone 7 after an electronics store offered the latest Apple product to the first 5 people who did that. The 20-year-old iPhone Sim 7 got
the iPhone Sim 7.
iPhone Sim 7 got the COVID prize Friday. He said he might change it back to his original name, Alexander Turin, who he has when he was a child. The price of the phone starts in the U.S. at $850 in Ukraine, while the name change costs the equivalent of $2. Sim's friends and family were shocked at first, but eventually supported the idea. His sister, Penina, said it was difficult to accept that and hard to believe it's true. She added, "Each person in this world is looking for a way to express himself. Why not do it in this way?"
Any comments from the guy?
Nope. But here's a picture of him holding up an iPhone 7 and his Ukrainian, I guess, document that legally says his name is iPhone 7.
Listen, I get why people like iPhones. You know, they're cool. They're good phones. You know, I mean, whether you're Samsung, you know, whatever. It's an iPhone. It's a big deal. A lot of people get it. I like iPhones. I like my iPhone as much as the next guy. But what kind of obsession do you have to have with, I guess, Apple in general, that you got to change your name to iPhone 7? What about when the next one comes out? Is he going to change it to iPhone 8? Is he going to keep doing that? Just an endless cycle?
This is the first time people have...
Do you have to pay money to change your name?
Have changed. I don't know. I think you do.
I'd imagine it costs some kind of fee, because you got to document it.
I think so. I think it may cost money, but I'm not entirely sure. But
if y'all know, let us know. I'm actually kind of curious about that.
It's not the first time people have, changed their names to
iPhone 7, though?
People
like, I haven't heard a worse name since Meta World Peace. Like, stupid name. I'm sorry, bro. Nah, he's old. He's old.
Who do you used to play for?
He played for a lot of teams. He used to play for the Pacers.
Was he good?
Lakers. He was good, but he was, known for his temper. And getting into a lot of fights and mishaps and stuff, which is ironic.
What was his name before Meta World Peace?
Ron Artest was his previous name.
What was his full name? Meta World Peace?
Meta World Peace. That was his name. First, middle, last.
So, Meta World Peace.
Yeah. I don't know why.
You're kidding me.
I wish I was. I wish I was making that up. You cannot make that up. Swear to God.
I knew.
It's true.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. So
that was a basketball player.
Retired basketball player here. He's telling us the truth.
At first, it was Ron Artest back when he was with Indiana. And he went to the stands and had that brawl, and then he changed it to Meta World Peace.
I remember watching that game.
Why did he change it to Meta World Peace?
I don't know. He's weird. I think he's got issues, honestly. But anyway, this is off topic.
Right, how about this? If Tim Duncan changed his name to San Antonio Spurs,
I'd be like, that's stupid, but it makes sense because he's a San Antonio icon and legend to them. Like, it's so stupid, but like it makes sense. Like, this dude just like, oh hey, I really like the new iPhone 7, so let me change my name to iPhone 7. Like, that's dumb. Not only that, it's not even their best product, in my opinion. Like,
what do you think the best product is?
Well, I mean, like, let me rephrase it. It's not their best product that they launch. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as revolutionary as like previous phones. Because it seems like they took a lot out.
In case of like being sold devices, it is their best product.
Oh, well, yeah, but like not talking money wise.
Oh,
just talking like the actual product, like what it has to offer. Like, I wasn't too impressed. In all honesty, I wasn't too impressed. Like,
I'm still gonna get one because, well, look at this. It's cracked.
This is cracked, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Google Pixel announced too. I wasn't too impressed.
But it's only for Verizon.
Yeah, like what the heck is that about? Come on, Google. Give us AT&T peeps Google Pixel 2. I'd be interested in trying it out. But anyway, so you mentioned on our Facebook break, you would change your name to basically a graphics card.
Yeah, all right, Radeon GTX, whatever. It's not even GTX belongs to Nvidia, I think.
I was like, wait a minute.
I don't even know. Something like maybe iRobot, like from the movie.
Oh, so you're changing it to a title. You're changing it to a movie title now?
iRobot, yeah.
iRobot. I guess that's better. Has a little more, like...
I'm trying to think of, like, a...
personality to it.
Macintosh sounds more of, like, an actual name.
Yeah, like, that would make more sense. That sounds like a name. I mean, it is a name, technically.
Mac? Like, for, I don't know.
Yeah, like Mac.
Mac is a name.
Well, that was the thing, right? The commercials. You remember those commercials where they had, like, the...
Mac and PC?
Mac and PC.
I'm a Mac.
You remember?
I'm a PC.
Yeah, like, you remember those commercials? Yeah, so, I mean, example number one. But to iPhone 7. Why not just iPhone?
That sounds weird.
Like, that would make a little more sense. Because when you're doing iPhone 7...
Would you change your name to iPhone 7 to get $2 to pay for a phone?
No.
No?
I'm not... $2? That's it?
How about...
If I'm going to change my name to iPhone 7, they better give me free phones for the rest of my life because I dedicated my namesake.
How about Basketball Jimmy for...
Basketball Jimmy?
Wait. Basketball Jimmy for finals tickets to a Spurs game for championship.
Oh, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Really?
Oh,
Basketball Jimmy.
Basketball Jimmy. I mean, yeah. for finals tickets? Finals tickets?
How about what are the odds you do it?
We're going to do this now?
Yes. What are the odds you change your name?
I'm not
Basketball Jimmy, and
I'm not going to put odds on my name if there's no guarantee that I'm going to get finals tickets.
All right, how about this?
All right.
If the Spurs end up going to finals.
Uh-huh.
I'll see if I can get tickets to go to the finals game. I don't know, with money.
Do you know how much money that would cost?
A lot.
Way more than you're worth.
We open up a GoFundMe and have the audiences pitch in money for it.
You know what? No one's going to do that. Realistically, no one's going to raise enough money for me to get finals tickets just for the sake of a gag. I'm not changing. I'm not putting odds on this. I refuse.
Basketball
Absolutely
Jimmy.
not. No. I refuse.
Remember when I used to call you Jimmy in middle school?
When did you ever call me Jimmy?
B. Jimmy? You don't remember?
No. I don't. You never
your
call me
middle name is, you know.
I'm aware of what my middle name is. You're going to tell me
you
that.
Jimmy.
Oh my God. This is so off topic. No.
Basketball Jimmy.
Basketball Jimmy. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I refuse.
Wow.
I am refusing. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you.
You just call me a bully?
No, I said I can't believe
I was like, how am I bully? You're pressuring me right now. All right. Tyler James about to head out.
I'm about to head out, do some homework.
All right.
That'll be good.
Peace out, bro.
Peace out, man.
All right, folks. As Tyler James makes his way out, we're going to go ahead and go into yet another music break. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's go into a little bit of Starset to keep things going for this spectacular episode. That didn't even really make a whole lot of sense. But anyway, Starset. Here we go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in a few. Facebook people, keep watching. So, Basketball Jimmy, huh?
Basketball Jimmy.
Basketball. It's not even catchy, too. It's like,
Jimmy.
this is the best you could come up with.
What do you want me to say?
Be like, cool, like, you know, B-Ball Jimmy, or like, you know, like, okay, have you ever watched Street Ball on ESPN? Probably not, right? They're not really bad. Okay, well, there was this, I'm pretty sure it's called Street Ball, but for years they always used to air this show called Street Balls on ESPN, and it would just it was like a documentary sort of deal where they would follow like different legendary street ball players, and all of them had like really cool names. Like one was called like the Professor, and like blanking out, but they all had like really cool names, or like you know, the Spider or something. Like they had really cool street names. It's like that'd be cool for like a stage name, I guess.
Though.
Huh?
You're not in your basketball prime anymore.
It says I got to be in my basketball prime. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played in years. It's been a while.
Freshman year of college, we used to go out and play basketball.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what I'm doing.
I remember one time.
You broke my ankles.
I dang near broke Ricky C's ankles, and I wish I had a Snapchat video or something.
I don't think it was
because it was
at that time.
Funniest thing ever. I have never seen anything more funny. Here's what happened. So it was me, Ricky C, and a couple buddies of ours back in San Antonio. There was a middle school not too far from where we lived, had open outdoor courts. We would go there. Sometimes we'd play a little pickup. And it was just the four of us that one time. Oh, plus I think Wyatt was there. Pretty sure Wyatt was there. He was there, and we were just playing, you know, just kind of casually playing, whatever. Ricky C is obviously not a great basketball player. He can attest that himself.
Yep, I'm awful.
I used to grow up playing basketball, so obviously I have a little more experience in the sport. And Ricky C, to put it nicely. And so Ricky C's playing defense on me. We're at the top of the key. You know, I'm just kind of doing my moves. I'm doing some crossovers, stuff like that. I fake right. I cross left. Ricky C twists his legs, turns around in a 180 direction, and falls face plant to the concrete.
My ankles exploded.
His ankles, I don't know how he walked out of there, because, man, he literally twisted his legs because he couldn't keep up, and boom, face plant. It was glorious. I wish somebody was taking a video, man. I would put that on an endless loop. That was like 2-3 years ago. I know. It's crazy. Oh, man. Wow. That was, we're already our second song. So, yeah.
Somebody just asked me, you know how,
just on our Facebook stream?
No. Well, not really, but I just got a message from the Facebook group that we're in that says, what are the odds I scat on the air?
What are the odds, Ricky C? Let's do it right now.
Well, how am I supposed to do it?
What do you mean?
How am I supposed to scat? Am I supposed to open up with a scat, or like?
I'll tell you what. So let's say I announce the songs. You start scatting. You know, whatever.
Like.
Whatever feels right, man.
Oh, that's my trademark. I'm the scat man.
It's stupid. It's a stupid trademark is what it is.
I have the whole office do it here.
Oh, God,
everybody
so
does. Everybody.
You and your freaking girlfriend always like scat
beady beep.
So dumb. Stop. Not now. Okay. What are the odds?
1 in 20.
1 in 20. Okay. First of all, before we do, so we like to play this game called What Are the Odds? You may have heard it when we were doing this. I refuse because I don't want to change my name. I like my name. But what the game is you said 1 in 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1 in 30. So, for example, Ricky C said 1 in 30. And so what we have to do, on the count of 3, we have to each say a number that lies between 1 and 30. If we arrive on the same number, then Ricky C has to go through with the dare. If not, then he doesn't have to do it. However, there is a special rule that a couple of friends of ours added in called the 1 and 2 rule. So if you said odds are 1 and 2...
Oh, how about 1 and 2 then?
You're going to change it on me like that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wow. Okay. So he just picked 1 and 2. So that means we have a 50-50 shot. So since, I guess, technically speaking, in this case, I'd be the initiator... if we arrive on the same number, Ricky C has to do it. But if we arrive on a different number, then I have to do it. 50-50 odds. So, all right, we got about a minute 20. Let's do this quickly. So, what are the odds? We scat on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, 1.
2.
Woo! Crap! I knew it. Dang it! All right. I don't know how I'm going to do this, y'all. This is not what we plan on talking about on our Facebook segments, but let the shenanigans do it. All right. Okay.
Looks like a lot of our friends here are excited to hear
you
scat on air.
I don't know how I'm going to do this. We'll make it work.
You gotta go and be like,
I got about 40 seconds to figure it out.
Beep, and then say the title of the...
Oh, my God. People listening... on audio, probably going to be like, the hell is this guy doing? What a freaking idiot. Alright, well, anywho, got 30 seconds. Stick around. Thanks for watching, people. We still got one more story, right? Okay.
We do?
We do?
I thought we did them all.
Did we?
Did we?
Well, we better figure it out, bro.
Alright, well, let me... I hope it
No. We still have one more. Anyway, we got 10 seconds. I'm going to switch back.
NFL dude. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Skabba-da-ba-ba! Skibba-da-beep-ba-ba-ba-ba! Skadda-ba! Woo! Alright. Welcome back, folks. That was No Parallels by Hands Like Houses and Carnivore by Starset. For those of y'all that are wondering, why the hell is this guy scatting on the air? Well, I lost a bet during our Facebook break. We had particular segments to talk about, but we just kind of always go off topic and more shenanigans ensue. So if you want to get that extra... extra skabba in there, then tune into the Facebook live stream, KTXT, the Raider 881. Alright, so we got one more story. We're talking about people that are way too dedicated to either products or jobs. What about this dude right here?
So, man stands outside NFL Stadium hoping for tryout. This happens in Foxborough, Massachusetts. What would you do to play for an NFL team, Stormtrooper?
What would I do?
Yeah. For the Giants, let's say.
I am a Giants fan. Like, in my present state, or like, I have like a lifetime to develop my skills and all that. What scenario am I working with here?
What do you mean?
Like, do I get to like start scratch like I'm a kid, I'm training to be a pro, or like right this second, as I am?
Now.
What would I do? Okay, well, I would email the absolute crap out of everyone that works in the Giants organization. I would then stand outside of the stadium, kind of like this fellow here.
Did you ever play I don't remember you playing football in middle school.
I played for like 2 years, 5th and 6th grade. I didn't play for very long. But it was for club teams. It wasn't on the Bush middle school team. Anywho, so I would just kind of do what this guy does. I would stand there. I would send out emails. I would try to mosey on up to as many people, even a little bit involved with the organization as possible. Even if I got to be a water boy and like kind of, shadow like Odell Beckham Jr. or something, and, I'd go that route. I guess that would be my approach.
Like 27th string. If that's even possible.
That's not possible.
How many strings are there?
Not 27. It could, go like 3 or 4, maybe, but not 27.
You'd be 27. They'd make 27 strings for you.
No, they would.
They'd probably put like rocks, right?
They
rocks first. Like, all right, our 4th string quarterback's out. Put in the boulder, and it's literally just a rock or like a cactus or something, and it throws footballs.
They don't have 27 strings for each position. That would require way too much money.
A plant would be better than you.
Yeah, probably. But hey, at least I didn't get crossed over, so watch your mouth, son. Anywho, so tell us a little bit more about this guy.
All right, so one man has been standing outside the New England Patriots parking lot in Foxborough since April trying to get a tryout. Commitment doesn't always take place on the field. Sometimes it stares you down and stands on the road with a handmade sign taped up to the guardrail. And the guardrail says, "Won't disappoint, dream chasing, left AB spin, receiver slot, and wide special teams. Talented, hard-working athlete hoping for a chance to prove myself." And right next to the sign, this really, decorated sign, he has his cleats on.
Yeah.
Since the end of April, Abola Abrashe has spent an average of 7 hours a day outside the New England Patriots Gillette Stadium with a sign that reads, "Talented, hard-working athlete hoping for a chance." Abby is there every morning before the players and coaches arrives and at the end of the day when they leave. Quote, I know a lot of them by the cars they drive, he said. The 23-year-old was born...
It's kind of creepy when you put it that way. Like, I know what cars they drive. I know what shampoo they use in the shower. I know where they go to bed at night.
I mean, he probably does, let's be honest. He probably follows him around sometimes.
It's a little creepy now.
But
a little creepy.
The 23-year-old was born in Nigeria and lives in Alterborough. He played 3 years at UMass Dartmouth, where he holds the school's single-season catch record, hauling in 84 passes his senior year. Football is football no matter what level you play, he said. The speed does change, but understanding the game is definitely a big part of it. Players are noticing. Malcolm Butler posted Abby's picture on his Facebook page with a caption that reads in part, "This is the attitude you must have if you really want something. Hashtag never give up."
You think they should let him on?
I think they should give him a chance.
Yeah, I'd say, let him come into the practices.
Maybe, practices.
Even if he's got to, I guess throw a couple balls, be the ball boy for, Tom Brady when he's practicing his throwing, Let's let the guy in, Obviously, he cares enough about team and organization.
I mean, if he does
wait out
7 hours a day since April.
Yeah, I mean, let the poor guy in. Obviously, he wants a shot, Even if it's a long shot, give the guy a chance. We want to give him a chance. So, we haven't had Cliff on in a while. Let's go ahead and bring on Cliff. And I'm going to ask Cliff what position you would be if you were to be a football player. First of all, Ricky, I'll open up to you. If you had an ideal position, what you would be as a football player, what position you'd be?
Well, I played center for from...
It's because you're fat.
Yeah, I was fat. From 6th to 7th grade, I was center for the whole time, and that was okay. So probably be center.
You would go with center?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what Cliff says.
Guns up.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
It looks like he agrees. Yeah, you would be a center. Now, I know we still got a couple more games left, but Rigsy, how good are your chances?
At what?
Getting on the team. You think you can make it on?
The team, Texas Tech football team?
It's a big deal. You're gonna be snapping to Pat. You're snapping to Pat Mahomes, man. You better not screw up. People watching.
The center who does it already does.
Guns up.
Really
he doesn't have much faith in you. Cliff doesn't.
I mean, I don't either. I don't have
Guns up.
I haven't played football since 8th grade.
Guns up.
He says you're full of excuses, man.
Okay, so
Cliff doesn't like this quitter attitude.
Says I don't have enough faith, yet I have a quitter attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
That does not make sense.
It's like
you have a bad attitude because you have no faith, and you sound like a quitter.
He shouldn't waste his time on me.
Why not?
Because I don't think I'm capable of becoming a
Guns up.
Says you're talking like a wimp, man.
Oh,
you're talking like a wimp.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
They put me as 36 string or something.
It's not a thing. Have you never watched football before?
I have.
You used to play. You should know this. There's not 36 strings per position. That's not how it works. Anywho, so let us know, people that are watching, or if you want to go on our other social medias. We also have Twitter and Snapchat and Instagram for The Raider. It's all at The Raider 881, same username. Go ahead and check it out there. And let us know how Ricky C would do as Texas Tech's potentially newest center. Not actually happened, folks. Don't worry. We're already struggling enough on the football field. But, hey, we'd beat TCU. More details on that later for the all that are under a rock. But let's go ahead and open it up to local natives. This one's called Breakers. Facebook people, stick with us. We'll be back in a few. All right. Hello, Facebook. Again, thanks for listening to us ramble. So next up, we got shout-outs, which we have no idea how we're going to do that.
No idea who I'm going to shout out.
We'll figure something out. Fine. We usually do this like literally last second. But what else? What else? So, I guess we can go ahead and preview awesome stuff. So we got an announcement on
Tom Hardy movie.
The what?
Al Capone.
Al Capone, yeah. Details on someone's going to be casted out.
That's So Raven.
That's So Raven details. Won't give too much of that away. And then we'll talk a little bit more Tech TCU. We don't usually talk a whole lot about sports, but, obviously it's a big deal. Good deal for the school. And we still have a shot at getting into the bowl game. I think we need to win 2 more games, I believe it is.
Can do it?
I think we can. Baylor's obviously going to be a struggle, but I think we can take Iowa State and Texas. So I'm feeling pretty good, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. We still want to know what you guys are doing for Halloween, if you have plans. If you don't have plans, let us know why not. We would love to hear why you decided to be lazy. It's a Monday night, so I'm probably not going to do anything. I got homework. It's going to be a busy week. We got to prep for
you're right.
College Radio Day. That's going to be jam-packed with fun stuff.
Next week, I'm gonna be gone all next week.
Gonna be crazy. It's going to be a crazy weekend. All right, I'm going to check my messages, see if anyone's saying anything noteworthy I should mention. Hopefully you guys like my little scat thing, man. That was I'm not much of a scat man, but I give it my best shot.
Isn't that a song?
The Scat Man?
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone said that one.
That was in like the old, early years of YouTube.
Back when YouTube was still trying to figure its stuff out. Ugh, the good old days. Can you believe YouTube's already over 10 years old?
Oh, God.
It's crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy how fast time flies. But we, I guess, we'll take the time to thank lots of people. Thank you for all you Facebook watchers, whether you're a returning viewer or you're viewing for the first time. We posted a little spiel on the CBI Network group page. So hopefully we got a couple extra eyes in there watching. If not, then that's okay too. I'm sure they got things to do playing for their own stuff. Because I know a lot of stations are also going to be prepping for College Radio Day stuff.
That's going to be a very long day.
It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be fun. We got a lot of shows planned out.
I'm glad I'll be able to sleep for 5 hours.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time in between the night shift, the graveyard hours, which we usually don't do. Usually, by 10 o'clock we're done, but obviously it's a special occasion. So I guess we could talk a little bit more about that. I keep dropping this freaking pen. We could talk a little bit more about that. What we want you guys to do, for participation in College Radio Day, because it is a big deal for us. It's a very special day to kind of brag about ourselves for 24 hours and everything we like to do for the community, for our students, and for ourselves, all that fun and dandy cool stuff. But I guess we can go ahead and open it up, Ricky. So, what is the weirdest thing you've dressed up as for Halloween?
Weirdest day I've ever dressed up as. I'm trying to think. Going back. I don't even think I'm trying to high school, let's see. My junior year, I was a mobster. Senior year...
Any particular mobster or just a mobster?
I was just a mobster.
Ah.
I just wore, I had, I dressed up in my old prom, well, the old prom wasn't even, I guess I didn't even go to prom, but I had, old homecoming, like a vest and a black shirt and, a black bow tie and black slacks. And I just wore, a gangster hat and a huge cigar, and that was my Halloween costume. My senior year, I didn't do anything.
Nothing at all?
No, I had to go babysit my brother when he went to go trick-or-treating.
Lame.
Freshman year of college, what did I do? I don't think I did anything either. No. I also babysit my brother. I wore like a Star Trek, the red Star Trek shirt for engineering. I wore that. Or for command if you're like the next generation, but for me it's engineering.
I always forget how many different like spin-off shows there are for. Yeah. Like I was just browsing Netflix and I saw like 5 different kinds of Star Trek shows. So I was like, man, there's a lot of stuff here to watch. Yeah. And each one of them had like 4 or 5 seasons.
Depending on which one you see, I was engineer from the original Star Trek, but the red one from Next Generation is command, which I think is dumb, which they kept it yellow. But sophomore year, what did I do? I don't think I did anything sophomore year either. I never got a costume. Junior year, I think the weirdest one is when I dressed up as that Irish guy. I tried to speak in.
Oh, wasn't that? It was a Scottish dude.
Yeah, the Scottish guy. Yeah, and I practiced
that was last year, right?
week. Yeah, I practiced that whole week before Halloween to.
All right, Ricky C.
Irish man.
What are the odds for this next segment when we're doing the shout-outs? You got to do it in a Scottish accent. What are the odds you do it? Got minute 20.
1 in 30.
1 in 30. All right, let me think. Let me get a number. Okay, I think I got one. You ready? You got a number in your head?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go 3, 2, 1, 16.
What are the odds?
I already scattered. No, I'm out. I already scattered on the last one.
Wow.
I already made an idiot out of myself. I'm good. I did my duty.
But yeah, that was probably my weirdest Halloween costume is when I was Scottish man.
Scottish one? It was interesting.
And then this year I'm not anything. Probably just gonna be a zombie.
I'm gonna be myself. Well, I mean, I guess I'm dressing up as Kawhi Leonard. So, boom, costume.
What about you?
Well, we got 30 seconds, so I don't have time to explain it now. But the next Facebook break will, I got a couple interesting ones to discuss. But right now, playing is Satellite Stories Australia by Satellite Stories. So we'll be back in just a moment. So thanks for watching, peoples, and let us know your Halloween plans. At Satellite Stories Australia, don't ever let her go. And Breakers by Local Natives, thanks for sticking with us. It's the Polar Opposites. And we like to bring the indie, we like to bring the rock, and blend them all together, throw them in some funny stories. But we're going to take a break from that for now, and shout out to all of those cool listeners that tune in and watch and make this show possible, because we love you guys like that. So Ricky C, who you shouting out, man? Last time you went on a whole spiel about America. Are we feeling patriotic today, or are we feeling something else today?
You know what? Since
Give it to me.
We're closing off, we're getting closer and closer to Election Day.
Political.
I'm going to, let's see. Is that the 8th is when we...
8th is Election Day, yes.
Okay, so is that when everyone goes out to vote, or is that when, voting closes?
Both. That's like the official day for voting, and, they do it throughout the day, yada, 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 throughout the night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next Tuesday is the Election Day.
Here we go.
And for all of those, we all know that this election in particular has been crazy. It's been a roller coaster. It's been huge. It's been huge. It's had its unbelievable moments. But this is probably the craziest election I've witnessed in all my time being alive as an American citizen. But go out there and exercise your right to vote. I'm going to shout out to all those people that have early voting.
What if I don't like exercise?
Closes Friday. What?
What if I don't like exercise? What if I am proud of my body, as it is?
Well, then, you're not doing your civil duty, and you should be put in prison for the rest of your life.
That's not, can't put me in prison for not voting. That's not how it works.
I'll put you in a mind prison for the rest of your life. But yes, I'm just going to take this time to express how important it is for...
we recently got back from Philly, and I think all of us that went on the trip are feeling a little bit more patriotic.
Yeah, this country is great. If you haven't gone to Philadelphia
cool.
or Virginia or Washington D.C., going out there and realizing what what our founding fathers found this country upon and the principles in which they wanted this country to stand for, go out there and vote for those principles, or for whatever candidate you may be. you may be voting for left or right or in the middle or none at all. Well, I mean, you should vote, but like,
wasn't that the whole point?
I mean that isn't like no specific party. You know, go out there and vote. Exercise your vote exercise your right as citizens of the United States. Being the most powerful thing you can do out there is vote, even though it all comes down to the Electoral College. But you can still go out there and vote for your candidates of choice. And that's that's my spiel.
All right. Well, thank you for that. So I'm just going to keep it vague. I'm going to open it up to everyone. College Radio Days next week, and I just want to take the time and thank all of you guys, for all of you guys that are listening, for all you guys that are watching. Really exciting stuff. Just what the show has gone to, even this past semester. I mean, this time last year, or even last semester, we didn't even have Facebook live streams, so the fact that we're doing that's pretty cool. So I just, I want to thank all of you guys, the guys that listen, that give us support, give us suggestions, song suggestions, topics, all that cool stuff. Thank you guys so very much for putting the care that we put into for you guys. So we really appreciate that. I won't go in a whole political spiel, but maybe we'll dress up as Trump and Hillary Clinton respectively for next Friday, College Radio Day. What do you say? What do you think about that, Ricky C?
Next on College Radio Day?
Yeah, what do you think? We do a little political kind of thing.
So do we wear masks?
I mean, we could. I'm pretty sure they got something like Party City or something.
Yeah.
Maybe the Sunday one we'll do that.
We'll see, yeah.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, here is a little bit of Bring Me the Horizon for all you listeners, for all you viewers. Stick around. We got some cool internet stuff coming at you in a few, so stick with us. Thanks for keeping it locked to the left, and thanks for watching.
Oh.
Hello. Welcome back, folks. For all you Facebook peeps. First off, let me go ahead and
we have one person
that there.
Us.
Just one?
Yeah, I think it's you.
Is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's me.
Yeah, it is you.
Whoops. Oh well. I guess people don't like us anymore, I guess. I mean, it's Sunday, people are busy. Stuff like that. But as I mentioned before, previews for our next on-air segment, we got announcement about That's So Raven, bringing it back to all you 90s, 2000s kids that are watching. I never watched
this show, really.
You never liked it? What? Dude, That's So Raven was dope. I loved it.
I never watched it. I don't know. I just could never get into it as a kid.
Breaking my heart. But, I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, it was a very beloved show. It was great. I loved watching That's So Raven. It was really cool. So, the fact that they're going to be doing something with that is a big deal. And then we'll be talking a little bit more TCU tech, that exciting stuff. I mean, I wasn't, if y'all were listening to the show on Friday, we kind of both said, like,
I wasn't looking optimistic.
Yeah. So it was a little bit hard, but I mean, I'm glad I was wrong. I'm very glad I was wrong on that. It's a big win for us and one that we very much needed to get under our belts. And, kind of an we were the underdogs going into that game, going into TCU. That's some pretty cool stuff, and I'm blanking out on what our last one was. We had one more. I'm drawing a blank.
Read that Tom Hardy one.
Oh, Tom Hardy. There we go. What about Tom Hardy? He is likely going to be playing Al Capone. Little spoiler there for you guys. So that's some pretty exciting stuff. I mean, I love Tom Hardy. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's one of the best in our generation currently.
More than Leonardo DiCaprio?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but he's
definitely. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is up there with
he's one of the greats.
David, what's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis.
I would agree with you.
I am a massive Leonardo DiCaprio fan.
Fight me, dog. Fight me. Right. So, what else we got? Oh, I was gonna talk about my weirdest Halloween costume. So, last year, when you were the Scottish dude, I remember I was a doctor. And,
yes, I remember.
I was a doctor. So that was fun. I mean, and, had like these little...
It's a special doctor.
It's a special doctor. I won't go too much into the details for keeping it family friendly and all that cool stuff. But I went as a doctor, so that was pretty interesting. It was kind of an easy costume to throw together. Just throw on the little lab coat and.
I wanted to be a banana. That year.
Why? Why do you always want to be a banana?
And then, we almost became ketchup and mustard. Remember, we almost got those costumes?
Almost. I would have regretted that hardcore.
That would have been funny.
But the weirdest one, I've been Spurs players. Obviously I'm a big Spurs fan. I've mentioned that plenty of times.
Wow.
Repping my Kawhi jersey. What else have I been? I've been a ninja. I remember one year I went as a Jedi.
I was Anakin one year.
You don't look anything like Anakin.
Well, when I was little, I was Anakin.
Okay.
The movies came out, actually.
I'm trying to think. What did I go? Oh, probably the weirdest one. I was like 7 or 8 years old. And it was like not too long after 9/11. And this was back when Rudy Giuliani, after those events, he became pretty popular in the media. And so I remember we went to Party City and they had, how like you go to Party City or Spencer's or something, you see like masks for like political figures, you get like an Obama mask or something.
Yeah.
They had one for Rudy Giuliani. And my parents bought it because I guess my parents had like kind of a weird crush for Rudy Giuliani. And so when I was 7 or 8 years old, I just had that along with a little tie.
You were Rudy Giuliani?
I was Rudy Giuliani. I had a button-down shirt, slacks, and everything. And I just paraded around the neighborhood as Rudy Giuliani. People thought it was a hoot.
You wanted to dress up as?
Huh?
You wanted to be Rudy Giuliani?
I was 7. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be this dude. And I had the mask and everything. And I was short, so like the mask like went down to my chest. And it was just Rudy Giuliani. I remember distinctly people were just like, yeah, Rudy Giuliani, kind of like applauding and all that stuff. And it was a weird Halloween.
Wow,
wow. I don't know why. I mean, it makes sense to me. Looking back on it, I'm like, why the hell was I Rudy Giuliani?
My parents never dressed me up as any political
figure. I get, you go as like Bush or like Obama or like a past president or something. That is, it's a president. It's a big deal. It was really Giuliani. I mean, he was the mayor of New York. It wasn't like it wasn't like he was a president or something. So that was I guess that's my weirdest one. And also considering how young I was to be wearing that, it was a little bit weird. I don't know. Looking back.
Did you even know who that was?
I mean, I knew who he was. I just didn't really know much about him because, I was 7. I didn't, care much for current events or politics or anything like that. I just, played video games and sports all day. Like that was the only thing I really cared about. So, I mean, I guess that's my weirdest one. I'm drawing a blank on what other ones. I mean, I've never been a huge Halloween guy. In all honesty, I know we always kind of go all out.
I love spooky stuff. I
like going on the occasional scary movie marathon, something like that. For Halloween. But I've never been too big on like, oh man, I can't wait to dress up as such and such and go to this costume party. And
I like the real elaborate costumes. Where like people dress up as like a grilled cheese
people
sandwich
go all
or
out.
something.
Yeah, like why would you dress as a grilled cheese? I would not be really down.
Speaking
for
of grilled cheese, I had the best grilled cheese in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, man.
That grilled cheese.
They just have great food there.
It was mac and cheese with grilled American cheese and brisket inside. It was and I'm already hungry.
You're killing me, dog.
The best
dog.
Sandwich. It was the second best sandwich I've ever had.
Come on, man. We already went this far without talking about food. Let's not mess it up again.
It's already too late.
Dang it. It's okay. I forgive you, Ricky. See. All right, we still got like a minute 45 left in this song. So later on in the hour, we're going to be debunking some Halloween myths that you may believe to be true currently. So that's some pretty exciting stuff. I read over a couple of them, and it even surprised me. So we're going to be sharing that after our awesome segment to the next couple hours. So, or not next couple hours, the next couple of segments. Yeah, that's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So that's going to be some fun stuff. And for those of you, if you may be getting sick of the Halloween stuff, you just want us to go back to a regular format. After this, we plan on bringing a lot more guests, bringing back some trivia stuff, because I know some of y'all got a kick out of the trivia game stuff. We'll be having some guests, maybe people from the shows at the station, maybe bring Prof Hill back, or
working on it.
Get some new people. So this should be fun. We're going to be working on some stuff like that, but it'll be a lot more of a game kind of interactive sort of thing. And feel free to give us segment suggestions as well. I mean, we would love to hear some ideas that you guys have, because you guys are just brilliant like that, I guess. But anywho, here is 30 seconds left in the song. I'm going to toss it back to on air in just a moment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the program so far on the internet, or if you are listening. Whoops, almost I turned my mic on there for a second. Anyway, 15 seconds left in the song. We'll be back in just a moment. Those famous last words by My Chemical Romance. Not yours, mine. My Chemical Romance for you. Always a good way, especially this time of year. Kind of get that little darker vibe, I guess. But we're going to go into some Halloween stuff momentarily. But before we do that, as we always like to do at the top of the hour, we talk about what is awesome. So, Ricky C., tell us what is awesome.
So, Tom Hardy is planning to play Al Capone in Josh Trank's Fonzo and Dunkirk to open earlier in 35mm and 75mm film. Following a rather uncharacteristic dry spell on the silver screen this year, it looks like if Tom Hardy once again is open for business. Less than a week ago, they reported that the leading man has joined Studio Canal's Ernest Shackleton's biopic written by Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, scribe Peter.
Please bear with us while Ricky C figures out how to read.
These are the longest names ever. A
film in
which Hardy played a pivotal role. Now a press release informs us that Hardy is attached to Josh Trank's upcoming Al Capone movie, Fonzo, to portray the legendary gangster.
I'm excited for this. I'm kind of a Tom Hardy fanboy, in all honesty. I loved him in... I like him in everything, really. Inception. I think he was awesome in Mad Max. The Revenant, he was awesome in.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hardy's just a great actor. He went very underappreciated for many years.
He's also the Dunkirk, the new Nolan film that's coming out next summer. Is going to be shot in 35mm earlier, and then it's going to be released in 70mm film. So that's good. That's going to be really interesting. And I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so I'm excited to see what else he's going to bring after Interstellar, because I thought personally Interstellar was fantastic. I loved the movie, and his movies just keep getting better and better. So I'm excited to see what he's got to bring to the table next summer. All right,
what else we got for some Hollywood?
For those old Disney oldies are coming back.
Right here.
That's So Raven spin-off show is in Disney Channel's future.
Love that. Sorry,
Scott
awesome.
Thomas and Jed Alenoff, creators of Disney Channel's Best Friends, whatever, are helming the project alongside Raven, who will executive produce and reprise her role as Raven Baxter. When the pilot episode picks back up on Raven's story, we learn that she is now a divorced mother of 2 preteen kids, one of whom has inherited her psychic abilities.
Should be interesting stuff. Now, I know it's still pretty early stages. I don't even think they fully casted for the show quite yet. But the fact that they're bringing That's a Raven back and they're continuing with, Raven Simone is really cool. And I'm sure there's millions of people that are super excited about it like I am. That's a Raven was a really cool show. It was very interesting. I think it was one of the best Disney Channel shows just because it was interesting storyline.
I don't know, man.
It was really funny. Back before
every time I think of favorite sitcom, I guess, teen show, my favorite out of everyone was Drake and Josh, man. I love Drake and Josh. I remember watching that show all the time. I'm not a fan of sitcoms. I don't like them. I don't like to watch them. I think they all follow the same formula. But Drake and Josh, man, I don't know what about it. It's just so good and so funny, and I would like to see them come back for maybe another spin-off.
Maybe we'll start a petition for it.
We should start a change.org.
It's like, hey, bring back Drake and Josh. But
how awesome would that be? Maybe it's in the future where they're in college or something and they have to roommate again.
They're already 30 years old.
All right, how about this? They still look kind of young, so they can still be college looking
I think they'd
people.
be dads at that point. They're too old. They're both like 30 years old almost. They wouldn't pass as college kids.
How old is Josh? He doesn't look that old.
They're older now.
Drake looks older.
Because we were kids when they were like almost in college. Remember that. They're like probably late 20s. So they're probably, while you go that. But anyway, all that aside, I'm super excited for That's So Raven. I think it's going to be cool. Because let's be honest, Disney Channel now sucks. The shows suck. They're not funny. They got acting's horrible. That's So Raven was awesome back in the day. So obviously they're kind of needing to do it.
They're both 30 right now.
See, I told you they're both in their 30s. So we'll start a little petition on the side.
But it would be. They still look kind of like.
It's not going to happen, man.
But think about
give it up, man.
They're like
you got to give up the college
roommates
thing.
in college now or something. Or
not gonna happen.
Roommates in like New York or something, like they meet up again. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. I miss that show so much.
Anywho, so also besides sitcom bringbacks, all that cool stuff from our childhood, for all you tech fans out there, which is the majority of you, we obviously, unless you've been living under a rock, beat TCU at TCU yesterday in what was a surprisingly low-scoring game, 27-24. Bama Holmes scrambled 15 yards for a touchdown in the first overtime before TCU tied the game on Desmond White's incredible 25-yard touchdown. White caught the pass despite having a defender on his hip and secured the ball against his helmet to complete the touchdown. Horned Frogs, or the Horny Toads, rather, had the ball to start the second overtime, but Brendan Hatfield, not related to Texas Tech kicker, also with the last name, shanked a 40-yard field goal attempt, his third miss. So that was kind of like one of the deciding factors. He missed a 40-yard field goal, which gave us the opportunity to put them away. And it was a really low-scoring game. Usually we put up like at least 40 points a game.
Yeah, I was looking. It was kind of like really close.
And especially for TCU, too. Both of these teams are really high-powered offenses usually, but I guess both defenses finally kind of just stepped it up. So I was surprised when I was checking my ESPN app. I was like, there's no way. It's like 10-17 in the fourth quarter. But
sweet
it's an exciting overtime or double overtime game. Sweet revenge after that heartbreaking loss last year when TCU beat us at the Jones, and we got some payback for them in double overtime. So sweet,
so painful to watch.
Sweet revenge. So yeah, that is what is awesome. They're bringing back That's So Raven. Tech wrecked the Horny Toads, and we got Tom Hardy going to play Al Capone. It's good stuff. But thanks for sticking with us. We're going to go ahead and go into another song break. A couple of instrumentals coming right at you, and we'll be back with some, I keep wanting to say Hollywood, some Halloween myths being debunked. It's going to be fun. Here is Champagne by Polyphia. Don't go anywhere, and Facebook people, keep on watching. All right, peeps. Tell us, what are your thoughts? Are you excited for That's So Raven coming back? Do you think they're going to ruin it? Let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear it on that. I'm sure many of you guys watching and listening are very excited about that win against TCU. I know I am. It was a heck of a win for what has been kind of a, roller coaster of a season for us.
Let's just hope, we beat Texas this weekend.
If we don't beat Texas, man.
How are they doing?
The Big 12 kind of sucks this year.
Really?
The only ones that are really doing good are like West Virginia and Baylor at this point. Both of which have a loss.
Do good, man.
Yeah, it's been a weird, but not even TCU's been doing not their usual best. Texas, they had a nice little. They had like a good head start at the beginning. They were like 11th ranked at one point, but it was kind of like, a weird ranking thing, and then like they lost the next few games after that, and they just dropped off the ranks. So it's been a weird season, especially for the Big 12. SEC, as usual, dominates the football. But we still have 2 more games to win if we want a shot at making a bowl game. I think we can do it as long as we keep up the good work. Our defense has been steadily improving.
They have?
They have. These past few games, they've been showing up. Granted, they're not great yet. There's still a lot of work to be done. But compared to how we started off, it's been a slight improvement. Things are looking on the bright side. But especially against TCU, showing up like that's a pretty big deal. So I'm super excited, and hopefully we can go to another ball game. Hopefully we can go to one where they actually win. Because last year when we played LSU, when we went to NRG, I mean it was cool because we got to go to a bowl game. You know, in the where the Texans play. That was awesome, just kind of being there. But man, that game was hard to watch. It was a tough game to watch, and
it was a fun game though.
It was fun. I mean, you know, just to be there at a bowl game was cool. But man, just watching us get our butts kicked was not fun. You know, Pat Mahomes has obviously been in talks of a Heisman all season. Personally, I don't think he's going to get it just because, you know, the way the NCAA works, you know, it only matters really if your team's winning. So really? He'll probably be on the ticket, but he's not taken away. So, but I mean, if he even gets on the ticket, I mean that alone is accomplishment in itself. So that should be pretty exciting stuff whenever get to that whenever bowl season kicks in. So I'm super excited about that. Interesting stuff going really all across college football. But I'm excited. Football. Oh, goodness gracious, what else? We got Halloween myths being debunked. We'll throw that at you for a couple segments. I'm super excited about that. Halloween's cool. I've never been super big into it, you know, unless it's like scary movies or, you know, the occasional like marathon of spooky videos on YouTube or something. But I've never been too big on like dressing up. Maybe just because I'm lazy. I guess. I don't know. That's just me.
I don't know. I like it. I've always been a fan of like paranormal and scary stuff. You know, this stuff always like. I mean, I will go home and watch like, you know, top 5 scariest things caught on camera or whatever. And like, I know
top 5 things you won't believe about top 5
you won't believe when you believe it.
Yeah, we watch a little bit too much of those, but
I mean, they're fun, and especially the 4chan ones. Those are always really, really fun.
4chan's weird, man. 4chan is a messed up website. You find some crazy stuff on there, which we would not talk about.
We could absolutely not talk about it.
Absolutely not. We like to keep it family friendly, even if it's just on Facebook. But yeah, we're not going there. What else? College Radio Day. Got a couple minutes to talk about it. So in case you missed Friday's episode, what we want you guys to do, and we'll send you guys reminders. We'll text bomb you for those of you that know us personally and all that. What we want you to do, go on the KTXT Facebook, go on our personal Facebook. Our Facebook page is Polar Opposites KTXT, obviously under Facebook. And you go on there and you can send us a direct message. And the first question, it's open-ended, we would say, you know, what is important about college radio? Why do you think it's a good thing? Why do you think it needs to be more funded? Take it more seriously? You know, whatever comes to your mind. And we also have a question we'd like to open up about the station as a whole. So what do you like about KTXT? Whether it's a certain show, the kind of music we play on the show, or, you know, other music that we have going on at the station, you know, things like that. We would love to hear your thoughts. That way, whenever our College Radio Day stuff does come on, you guys can share your thoughts. We can read them aloud. Because, you know, we can talk about hours on end why college radio is important, yada, yada, yada. But it's more important about you guys. I mean, you guys are the ones that we aim to entertain. So if we don't impress you guys, I mean, our opinion doesn't really matter. So, we'll send you guys a reminder. I'll probably make a little post on our Facebook stuff later on. So please tell us that. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Give us a like. Give us a follow. All the cool stuff. We also have a Twitter for the show as well. It's at @polar_opposites. You can check out some of our posts. We like to post a lot of GIFs on there. For you, all you GIF lovers. Not GIFs, GIFs.
Yes, GIF.
Not GIF.
Not like the peanut butter brand.
Nerds out there like to call it GIF.
I say GIF, and it's been GIF since forever.
What else? So yeah, that's coming up. We don't know exactly what we're doing for that episode, but we plan on doing something big, something fun, something that will give you guys something to watch as well as listen to. So I'm super excited. I love College Radio Day. It's like Christmas to all the staff members here at KTXT. And it's going to be a blast. It's going to be tiring. We're going to go over 24 hours without any sleep, but it's always worth it. It's always worth the effort. It's a once-a-year thing, so you got to go all out. And I have an interview with Rob Quick, the founder of College Radio Day. I have that recorded, so I probably plan to air that at some point. Just got to edit it down a little bit, stuff like that. I mean, it's always good talking to him. He's been a huge supporter of what we do for College Radio Day and just the station as a whole. And I think he's heard the show before.
Oh, really?
So,
what do you think?
I mean, I think he likes it. You know, he knows who we are, so I think he's a fan. So if he's a fan, then that means we're doing something right. So it's going to be fun. But we got 40 seconds left. That's enough mumbling out of me. Let's go ahead and get into some of these stories. We'll be back in a few. Thanks for watching, folks. We love the heck out of you guys, and we appreciate you sticking with us. Welcome back, peeps. That's Sure Shot by Intervals and Champagne by Polyphia. Speaking of champagne, toast to you guys, toast to you, Ricky C, and toast to everyone out there that's a supporter of the station. Let's go ahead and start capping off this wonderful Spooktober marathon we've been having for the past month. So, what are we talking about today, Ricky C?
We're going to talk about some Halloween myths that many people believe to this day, and we're going to go out there and debunk it so you guys don't have to be so worried about it when the time comes around tomorrow to go out there and
not that you were worried about it anyway.
Not that we're old enough to do any of that anyways. But the first myth we're going to debunk today is myth number 1. Evildoers use Halloween as an opportunity to poison children. This one's infamous. Everybody knows this one. It seems to be the perfect crime, albeit one out of a fairy tale. Wait for innocent kiddies to show up on your doorstep.
Should I be playing the spooky music for this?
Should we?
Yeah, screw it.
All right.
What's the last one? Rip. Come on. There we go. Computer's fighting me.
Then poison them with tainted Twix bars. The only problem is this stranger danger just doesn't happen. In only one case has a child died from eating poison Halloween candy. The candy was planted by the 8-year-old boy's father in an attempt to get the child's life insurance money. The convicted murderer Ronald Clark O'Brien was executed in 1984 for the 1974 crime.
Whoop. Sorry, I thought you were done.
Nope. The only recent exception to the surprising lack of Halloween candy tempering is one odd case in 2008 in Ontario, where a handful of children in a single neighborhood found cold medicine pills in sealed boxes of Smarties.
Why not hot medicine pills?
Well, I mean, they would melt.
It might be cold outside.
However, the original gel capsule was obvious outliers from the rest of the candy, and no child consumed the medication. Halloween is dangerous for kids in another way, though. According to an analysis commissioned by insurance company State Farm, Halloween is the deadliest day of the year for children pedestrian accidents. On average, of 5.5 children die after being hit by a vehicle on October 31st each year, compared to an average of 2.6 child deaths on other days. The message? If you want to protect kids on Halloween, drive safely.
Alright, so I mean, really, as far as the poison thing goes, really the most dangerous thing is
cars.
Getting run over. So, if trick-or-treating,
statistically, it's
look both ways before you cross the street. But, so I mean, really, it was just that one dude that kind of ruined it.
To kill.
But I mean, other than that, no one's out there poisoning anybody that we know of. Anyway, so what is myth number 2 that we shall debunk?
This one's interesting. I never heard of this one. It says myth number 2: armed gangs will hunt pit bulls in the streets this year.
Pit bulls?
Pit bulls. I never thought this was a myth. Apparently it is. A message spread on Facebook and Twitter this September warning dog owners to lock their doors on August 31st because Halloween had been declared National Kill a Pit Bull Day.
Wow.
This is coming from a quote: baseball bats, knives, bricks, and poison, a hot dog soaked in radiator feel works well are suitable tools, ran the grammatically challenged message attributed to someone named Terry Jordan. Their owners brag about their high threshold of pain, so don't worry them suffering, they can take it. In fact, its debunking sites Snoops.com uncovered the messages and warnings were all a hoax aimed at punishing Terry Jordan of Slater, Massachusetts, a councilman who was a major player in developing an animal ordinance for the city. An early version of the ordinance singled out pit bulls as vicious, but the wording was later changed so as not to specify any particular breed as aggressive. Presumably someone in town was angry enough at the original draft to go vigilante on Jordan with the false kill a pit bull post. It worked. According to the Marshall Democratic News, Jordan and the city were both angry by threatening calls after the post went up.
So no one's out there killing pit bulls?
No, it's just a hoax.
It was just that one little, Okay, why would you want to do that anyway? Pit bulls are nice dogs. I know there's a big misconception about pit bulls to begin with, but they're sweet dogs. I know we were talking a lot about dogs earlier.
The more we talk about dogs, the more excited I am to get mine.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good. Yeah, no one's out there hurting any puppers, so that's good to hear.
That's the way you would.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you do, then you deserve a special place in a bad place that I'm not going to mention. But
the bad place.
The bad. It sounded so corny the way I said that. But y'all get the point. I think we got time for one more. Let's go ahead and do one more myth, and then we'll come back to some more
All right.
debunking. What do you got?
This one's myth number 3. Halloween is nearly as pricey as Christmas. A common bit of folk wisdom holds that Halloween is second in consumer spending only to Christmas. That may feel true as you're hauling giant bags of bulky candy home while wearing your costume-ordered steampunk witch costume, but unfortunately, Halloween isn't that big a boost to the economy. In fact, according to the National Retail Federation, spending on Halloween costumes and candy is expected to hit $8 billion this year. That's dwarfed by Christmas holiday sales, which is expected to reach $506.1 billion this year. Other holidays pull ahead too far. Father's Day spending was estimated $12.7 billion this year, and Mother's Day regularly pulls in more than that, clocking at $14.1 billion in the lean years of 2009. Even Valentine's Day does better than Halloween, with lovers spending around $17.6 billion on the holiday alone in 2012.
So what do you think the reason is that Halloween doesn't get as much money? Because you would think, even less than Valentine's Day. That makes sense
because nobody out there, I don't see a lot of Halloween decorations when you going out to houses.
Yeah, you'll see the occasional house, but not a lot.
On Christmas, it's everywhere. Almost every other house has a Christmas decoration, whether it may be some lights or a little tree in the front yard. I mean, it makes sense. I never thought Halloween was, that expensive, personally. But
yeah, I mean, I knew it was up there, but I thought it would have been more than Valentine's Day, just considering, how many people go out to parties and, get costumes and things like that. So, I mean, that was a little bit surprising to me, but I guess it makes sense. I mean, a lot of people like to save money, I guess, on candy, because candy can be pretty expensive. And for all you good people out there that like to actually give out candy, we're going to keep all of ours. But that's interesting stuff. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go into a quick music break. We'll throw some Mac DeMarco your way for all you listeners out there, and we'll be back to debunk some more Halloween, so hopefully we didn't completely ruin it for you. We'll be back in a few. Don't go anywhere. All right, Facebook. What do you think?
Mom wishes us a happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, Mom. I think my brother's going as a stormtrooper this year, so that's pretty cool. He's following in the Star Wars footsteps, so he's done me proud.
Good. You've trained the boy well. I mean, Star Wars is coming up, so I guess if we have time for a pro tip, we should have time for a pro tip at this rate. We could go over maybe some Halloween costumes idea, maybe some quick stuff you could throw together, maybe other activities if you're not into the Halloween scene. Maybe we could throw some of those that way. So I guess we can start looking up some of those
I got 2016 Halloween day deals.
Oh, like
So, like if you wear they're just deals that's particularly on Halloween. I think if you wear a costume.
anywhere in particular?
There's a bunch of places.
Interesting. I know Chick-fil-A. I know this is nothing to do with Halloween, but I know Chick-fil-A
the cow
has the cow thing, whatever they call it. You know, you dress up as a cow, you get like
brilliant.
50% off or something like that.
Absolutely brilliant.
I mean,
I would order $50 worth of nuggets and get it like for $25.
I would do it. I just always miss it. Like
I
every
don't
time I
have
hear
any-
about it, it's
I
like
don't
too
have
late.
any Cow stuff.
Exactly. Like this isn't something that I prep for. Like I'm not that much of a fatty. Like I love Chick-fil-A as much as the next guy, but it's like,
Chick-fil-A's
oh boy, it's Chick-fil-A day or whatever it's called. That's interesting stuff. How much are you guys spending on Halloween? I mean, other than getting like a bucket of candy for the kids, I mean, I don't really do much else. You know, I've never been one to decorate the house. I've never been one to go out and get an expensive costume. I'm usually hit up Party City, throw together a last minute costume kind of guy. But some people like to go all out. They like to dress up as sexy as they can for all you ladies out there and fellas too. Some people like to go something spooky. Some people like to go all out with the makeup, you know, make it look like, you know, they got violently, I guess, beat up or something like that. You know, they might have like something in the eye or something like gouged in their head or make it look like
stuff.
that. So, I mean, you know, you got cool stuff like that. I mean, which I always like watching those little videos on Facebook and stuff, you know. It takes a certain type of creativity to do that. Which I don't. I mean, I'm not artistic in that sense. You know, I can't draw. I can't do makeup. I can't do stuff like that. But, which is why I'm doing this. You know, I can talk. I can do stuff like that. But it's cool. I mean, I've always been more cash. You know, usually me, like, I like to go on a movie marathon.
I think that's what we did our sophomore years. We didn't. Do
I'm pretty
it for
sure.
Halloween.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just chilled in the dorm room and watched Alien, I think it was.
I think that's what we would.
I mean, Alien's a classic. It's pretty spooky. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, really scary movies were just better back in the 20th century. Scary movies today aren't very good. You have the occasional good one, but you had way more classics. I mean, you had Alien, you had The Exorcist, you got Rosemary's Baby, Psycho.
Exorcist to this day is still kind of terrifying. I can't think of any good.
It still holds up better than most scary movies.
Yeah,
in
I
all
can't
honesty.
think of a good scary movie that actually, you know, scared me. Besides
I mean,
The Exorcist.
just for kicks, like a couple months back, we just watched whatchamacallit, Babadook. Babadook was pretty cool.
That's good, but I don't. I mean, it was a horror movie, but
It's more psychological.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly.
Yeah, and it wasn't outright terrifying. It was creepy. But if y'all haven't seen Babadook, it's worth a watch. Pretty sure it's still up on Netflix, so highly recommend you watching that. What else? I mean, does The Purge count as a scary movie?
I think it's more of a thriller. I don't think it's more a
Yeah.
scary movie, in my opinion.
I mean, I never watched the Purge movies except for the latest one, Election Year, and it sucked. It was stupid. The acting was terrible. The special effects were bad. It wasn't a good movie, you know. And consider it like they had Election Year, like they could have made a statement, but it was.
I never watched the Purge movies at all.
If it was anything, I heard the first two were better, but the latest one that I saw, I didn't like.
I mean, the Rick and Morty kind of spin-off of
Rick
it.
and Morty,
That was hilarious.
that was better
I'm
than the
so
actual
excited for
Purge.
that. The new season, God, that's like one of the best television or comedies.
Like falling in my seat here, about to
all
fall asleep.
time.
But
Thank you, Cam, Professor Stone, or Doc Rock. Doc
Rock.
Nice job for myth debunking. Is interesting. Thank you. We got a few more for you, so stay tuned. I got some spooky ones here. So
Doc Rock, that is Cam Stone. Nope, wait, is that Amy? Okay, I thought I saw Amy coming here. Doc Rock, otherwise, his actual name is Cam Stone. He's a professor here at the College of Media Communications at Tech, and he hosts a show on Monday afternoon called the Rockin' Raider Radio Show. So for those of you people that like to listen to the show for the music more so than us talking, then if y'all like kind of my style of music, the rock and metal type of stuff, then I highly recommend that show. He's a great host, plays really good selection of music in my opinion. So go ahead and check out his show.
I get to catch his show after I leave on Mondays.
Yeah.
I usually tune into his show afterwards. It's pretty cool.
It's always
Back in
funny.
his heyday, he's probably a cool dude.
Exactly. I mean, he's like one of the nicest people you will ever meet in your lifetime. But man, his music is hardcore. It's a pretty
kind of
weird
threw me
concept.
out for a loop because being how Dr. Stone was just so nice and so kind-hearted, and then listening to music, I was like, whoa, wow, that's cool. Like, that's awesome.
It's pretty metal.
It's pretty metal.
All right, y'all. So we got 20 seconds left for all you Facebook peoples. We're going to throw it back to on-air programming, so stick with us, and thank you so much for watching. As Time to Pretend by MGMT and Salad Days by Mac DeMarco. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Let's go ahead and conclude our Spooktober marathon. Ricky C.
All right.
What's
myth
next?
Number 4.
Do I need the spooky music this time?
Probably.
All right, let me prepare that. All right, go ahead.
Sex offenders hunt on Halloween.
Ah.
Like tales of poison candy and apples filled with razor blades, the idea that sex offenders target trick-or-treaters appears to be an urban legend. According to a study published in 2010 in the journal Sexual Abuse, a journal of research and treatment, there is no uptick in child sex crimes on Halloween. Of the 67,307 non-family sex offenses reported, none were common on Halloween, the research found. In fact, according to the anti-sexual abuse organization Stop It Now, 85% of sexually abused children are abused by someone they know, with as many as 47% of abusers in the child's own family. Okay, so I got a little dark there at the end, but
a little darker than we normally wanted to go,
yeah.
but
I mean,
but it doesn't happen a lot on Halloween.
No, statistically, no, it doesn't.
Which
but
is
that may be going as in unreported. Maybe we don't know about any unreported cases that happens a lot. So I mean that kind of is up in the air.
But I could see why that would be like a common misconception around this time because you have a lot of kids walking around, some of them unsupervised.
They should have one for clown murders. Since that whole thing's going on right now. So,
I'm pretty sure there's like an app or something we could find. Like, didn't we find one that was like an app, or it was like an app where you could like track clowns in your area?
We did.
I remember talking. I don't know if it was on here. I remember talking to somebody about that. Was it? Yeah. Was it? Yeah. Amy is the one that told me about that.
There's a clown tracking app.
I doubt it works.
I guess where people report clowns are sighted or something.
What's it called?
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. Maybe look up clown.
Because I'm still like.
Or you check the
I'm
app
trying
store.
to do my investigative reporting on clown stuff.
Why?
Cool.
Just nothing.
Clowns scare the crap out of me.
Nothing
man.
happened.
Where you get that?
Clown lives matter. Okay, that's pretty interesting. We got one more, two more.
Yeah, we have time. I got a few more.
All right, let's do it.
This one is myth number 5. Vampires are real.
Okay. Well, just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
We're not sure how many people really believe this one, but just for fun, let's go over the mathematical reasons why vampires cannot exist. According to the University of Central Florida,
I can't do math.
Physicist Costas, I'm just going to call him Costas E because I cannot pronounce his last name. If the common myth of vampires were true, that they suck their victims' blood and turn them into vampires too, the entire population of the world would have been converted into vampires in a mere 2.5 years after the vampire legends emerged. Using a human population of just over 5 million, the population in the 1600s, Professor E assumed that vampires would convert at minimum 1 person per month. At that rate, the entire world would be vampires in less than 3 years. He found, even taking into account human population growth. Of course, creative sources would fudge the numbers. What if vampires make other vampires only rarely? That is, after all the fun of Halloween. So statistically speaking, it is virtually impossible for vampires to exist.
Well, I see what you're saying, but, however, I will counter, I guess, if you will. So, I know there are people out there that have, like, a weird gothic thing where they hang out in groups. I don't know if it's, like, a weird sex thing.
Like a cult thing?
Yeah, well, like, people like to pretend to be vampires. Like, actual, like, they eat they don't eat people. They like drink blood and cut each other and then suck each other's blood. Like I don't know what it does for people. I don't know why, but I know it's a thing. I've seen a couple of videos here and there, and I feel dirty after them. But I know it's a thing. So does that count as an actual vampire?
So. I mean, no, I don't think it does. I mean, going out there to a cult and drinking blood, no.
Not even like a modern interpretation of a vampire.
Well, I mean, they're historically.
Because I wouldn't tell them.
Historically, there has been one vampire, I guess you would say in quotations, that existed, and that was
Edward Cullen?
Vlad Dracul.
Not Edward Cullen?
No, from Romania.
Oh, okay.
He was, I mean,
Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad Dracul, obviously, his last name Dracula.
But he was like an actual dude, though. Like, he wasn't a literal vampire.
Yeah, but he would, I think, drink the blood of his victims, and he would impale them, you know.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, like for the people that like to do that. You know, obviously, hopefully, we don't have anyone out there killing.
I don't think that makes him a vampire. I think that just makes him evil, you know. If they're going to go and impale people.
Because I know there are people out there, I don't know if it's just they think they're literal vampires, or it's like a weird sex fetish, or what have you, but I know it's a thing, and it's weird. Google it on your own time. Not going to give you the details here, because it's weird. Great. You'll see some weird stuff, but you wouldn't count that as a vampire, because Vlad the Impaler was a human. Obviously, he wasn't, a different creature.
The story of Dracula was inspired by those events.
Right, but...
So, I mean, I guess you could give him the title of vampire because of that, but if we're thinking... Okay. But, like...
So, you're saying it's not possible to have a modern-day Vlad the Impaler?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're that evil. If you want to go around, stabbing people and sticking them on, pikes and stabbing them and drinking their blood and eating them. Their flesh and stuff. And
it's a regular Saturday night for us
being
here
Romanian.
At the Raider. No, I'm playing. So if you had like a cool vampire name, what would it be? You gotta give me something here.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I don't know. I mean, like along the lines of Vlad the Impaler, like Ricky C. The I don't know.
Ricky.
It would just be Ricky.
Well, I mean, I can't do it like. If anything, remember that Rick and Morty episode where they had to kill that their gym teacher was a vampire and his name was Coach Veratu or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't be that obvious, otherwise, I'd
that's what I'm saying. Like,
my heart.
So you're sticking with that?
I don't think I'd change. I think I'd just stick to my name. Honestly,
you would just stick Ricardo Cortez. That's your.
That reminds
you're not gonna go with a cool name or anything.
No, because that's just obvious. If I'm gonna be a vampire,
what if you want to be known though? That's what I'm saying. Like you want your presence to be known. Like you're out there haunting people.
I don't want to be known though. I don't want to die. I want to live forever.
Well, that's boring, man.
What about you?
Because you're the creative one. You're the one that comes up with the scenarios.
Well,
me, I don't know. Like I would go all out. I would make my presence now be like, hey,
build a giant castle.
Everybody watch out. Exactly. Like I'd build a castle overlooking the city because we live in Lubbock, so that'd be easy. So I just build a castle that
all you got to do is just build it like a foot tall, and everybody would be able to.
Exactly. I could see down for miles. It'd be easy. So that's what I'm saying. Like get some good real estate going. Find a good little spot, build my own castle, perch up there during the night with my cool black cape that goes down to the floor. For some reason,
that reminds me of Gargoyles. Did you ever watch that show on Disney? Yeah. Gargoyles?
Yeah, that shit was cool.
That shit was awesome.
As far as my name, I don't know.
Maybe
I would...
Ricardo... I don't know.
Ricardo. But with the accent.
Count Ricardo.
Count Ricardo. Okay, you know what?
What was the name of the Count off of Sesame Street?
The
Count, right? Was it just the Count?
I think it was just the Count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Me, I don't know. I would
still exist?
I would go like out there. Maybe like Count I'm thinking of like different name scenarios, but they all sound perverted, so I'm not gonna say it. But I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'll think of it in the next segment.
It's Count Von Count is his name.
Count Von Count?
Yes.
Okay. What if I just call myself like Count Stormtrooper?
That's
so I build fangs like in my Stormtrooper helmet, but I would miss because I'm a Stormtrooper.
Wow.
So you gotta play the part. You gotta play both parts, man. I'm a vampire that doesn't have good aim.
Wow, that's awful.
You got to do both, man.
Absolutely
You got to please both. So, we'll come up with some tips and tricks for all you people that still don't know what the heck you're doing for Halloween. We'll get you covered. We'll be back in a few moments. Here's a little bit of Set It Off. We'll be back in a few. Facebook people, keep on watching. Don't go anywhere. All right, Facebook peeps. For those of you that wonder who stumbled on in here, Amy Oliveras is in the house. Amy, go ahead and say hi. There she is.
Hi, everybody.
Amy says hi. She is our esteemed social media director who just got back from D.C.
Yeah.
I bet that was exciting. You want to tell us about
Did you
it?
meet President Obama?
I did not, sadly. I was there. But
Did you meet Bill Clinton?
Did you, see him at least?
Did you meet James Earl Jones?
I saw someone that looks like him, and I swear he looks so familiar.
I'm
but
pretty sure it was
not
Colin
like-
Powell.
Huh?
Colin Powell?
No, he looks like James Earl Jones, and Colin Powell has a skinny face, you know?
Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Maybe it was James
doubt
Earl
it.
Jones.
I mean, James Earl Jones is dead, I think, actually.
There's a lot.
No, he's dead.
Wait, no. Really?
I'm pretty sure he's
Oh
dead.
my god.
James Earl Jones is not
He is
dead.
not dead.
You're
Hold on.
He
kidding.
wasn't.
No. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google this right now. He's alive.
He's almost dead. He's 85. But, oh my
He is, yes, born January
I guess
17th.
this is his wife that died.
God, Amy, you
His
can't
wife,
do that to me.
His wife did die. His wife died a few weeks ago.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I saw John Kerry.
okay. I was about to have
You saw John
a
Kerry,
breakdown
Secretary of
because
State?
I love James Earl Jones.
John Kerry?
Yeah, he was going to have lunch with Obama that day.
Did you go with him?
No.
Did you ask him to go with him?
We were just kind of looking like.
Why didn't
"Oh,
you
what's
ask,
that?"
Amy?
So
Why didn't you get a liner from President Obama? Do you realize if I had
That would have been so
if I had the
sick.
pleasure to work with a liner from President Obama?
Well, he has a lot of security, so you got to keep that in mind.
Oh my
It's not
God!
like
Wait,
he's
you think I
like,
could?
"Hey,
You think I could email him?
shoot you."
You think I could try to email the White
I
House
mean,
and be like,
you
we just came back from
could.
College Radio Day. It'd be great if we could have President Obama.
I highly
have a-
doubt
You
it.
think so?
I doubt it. But I mean, if you could, I say it's worth a shot. I say go for it if you can.
Who do I email, Amy?
Go to the White House and find an email or something.
Because I mean, it's the
Do I-
president. He's hard to access for a reason.
Well, yeah. I mean, what am I going to do? Attach a bomb to my email address? How am I? I'm not going to hurt the president. I just want a liner.
Hey, cyber terrorism's the thing, man. People have ways.
Probably-
I don't know.
I don't know. We were there at the White House, and he didn't say hi to us. So I'm just
Who, the
saying,
president?
it's probably not
They
like-
can't
You
just
didn't
leave
see
it
him
open.
at all. Like you didn't. You,
No, but he was there. I know he was.
How was
there.
security? How tight was security?
It was pretty tight.
Like how tight? Like
Security all over the building, all around it.
was there people on top of the White House, like on the roofs?
You know what? I doubt it.
I heard.
didn't see-
I don't know if this is a myth, but I heard
Probably is.
that the White House has like a secret like AA turret just in case there's like a bomb or like fighters coming over the White House, that they have like
An AA turret?
yeah they have
I would think-
they
I
have,
figure-
they have AA guns. That's what I don't know if that's a myth.
didn't-
I'm sure
but I
back
heard.
in the day,
know
but
what?
I'm pretty
I'm
sure we would have something a little more modern than that. What was I going to look up? Okay, so let me see if we can find some Halloween tips and tricks for our next segment, for all you Facebook watchers out there. 7 trick-or-treating safety
Wait.
tips.
Does the White House have a secret laser defense system?
Oh my god. What is
I don't
with
see
you
any of
and...
that stuff, okay?
Lasers originally developed for dazing and blinding missions. are
Is it
being-
dazing or dazzling? Can
I
you
don't know
pick one,
what it
please? Let's see.
Oh my God!
These are all safety tips.
The White House has laser guns, guys.
That doesn't
That's
surprise me.
awesome.
That doesn't surprise me.
Like they use it to intercept planes. Like they shoot them at the sensors,
Mm-hmm.
and so that it disorients the aircraft.
That's pretty dope. Let's see. We got.
I mean, you don't want to have the White House burned down again. You know?
That would be bad.
Burned down.
That'd be very unfortunate.
What'd you say?
They remodeled it, like it burned down a long time ago, though.
Yeah, in Philadelphia, they burned it down in 1812,
Well, that's not good.
and then we moved it to D.C. for whatever reason. I forgot.
Must have Halloween apps. You must be prepared for your costume at the spooky time of the year, but your smartphone ready.
Some ghost
Right now, I'm just looking up some cool little tips for you guys when we go back on air.
Beat that.
Sure. when we we like to leave you guys some polar opposites pro tips. I mean, we could just come up with a regular pro tip. Rigacy. I don't know. What do you think?
I have one where it's like the daily like Halloween deals.
Yeah, let's stick with that. Screw it. Still got a little over 2 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a fun episode. We love doing this. This Facebook Live thing, we're still trying to figure out things to keep it a little more entertaining for you guys.
It's new.
So if you have some suggestions for us, we would absolutely love to hear it. We always like to hear your feedback.
I'm just impressed that the lighthouse actually has laser defense systems.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, it's the White House. It's a big deal.
I figured if anyone would have them, they would have them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, somebody's got it. Yeah. I wonder how many people are going to go as Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton for Halloween this year.
A lot.
You wouldn't be surprised.
I'd imagine it'd be a lot. You know.
That's pretty scary.
That's right. Oh, man.
I think the real Halloween is November 8th, let's be honest.
Oh, man. Don't even... Not good. But, I mean, you already went on the whole spiel about voting.
That's in a week, guys. That's in, like, a little over a week. I'll be in New York. I'm not going to have fun.
How are you going to vote?
I'm going to do early voting this week.
I feel like whatever's going to happen, there are going to be riots everywhere.
I know. That's what I'm scared for. There's going to be literal riots. Like, oh boy. November 8th, I'm staying inside. I don't care what's going on. Locking the doors, deadbolt and everything.
Just lock the doors and be prepared for world assimilation.
Anarchy, man. Fun stuff. All right, y'all. We got 40 seconds left. We're going to be talking pro tips, as we like to do. We haven't done a pro tip in a while, so we think you guys have earned it. We'll be back in a few, and thanks for watching. I'm So Sorry by Imagine Dragons and Why Worry by Set It Off. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for sticking with us this long. In case you're just now joining us, sorry you missed all the fun stuff, but we'll still leave you guys enough room for a little bit of a pro tip to carry you on throughout the week until our College Radio Day episode, which is going to be epic. It's going to be great. Ricky C.
Huge.
It's going to be huge. What do we got for our Polar Opposites pro tip?
So we got some 2016 Halloween day deals for tomorrow at Chipotle. $3 burritos for those wearing costumes. Baskin-Robbins, we got ice cream scoops for $1.31. IHOP free scary pancakes for kids. Wendy's offers $1 coupon books that includes 5 free Frosties and more. For those looking for something more arcadey, we got Chuck E. Cheese for 50 free tickets for those wearing costumes.
Arcadey's a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Krispy Kreme, free donuts for those in costume. Sabaru Pizza, free pizza slice with 5 cents spent. With every 5 cents spent. And Sonic, we got 50-cent hot dogs. And Outback Steakhouse, for the steak lovers, we have 15% off.
Oh, boy. Wow. I'm going to do literally all of those things. It's going to be a very fattening Halloween, but I'm going to give it a shot instead of trick-or-treating because I'm boring like that. Well, thank you, folks, so much. It's been a fun Spooktober, and it's the last one we'll be doing.
Oh,
Sad
my
face.
God. Don't say that, dude.
It's too late. I said it. It's been a great Spooktober. It's one of our favorite times of the year to do the show, put on some spooky stuff, and talk about Halloween-related stuff. Please share your thoughts, your comments, your Halloween plans, all that stuff. You can share it at The Raider, at The Raider 881. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, where you can check out loads of cool content, as well as videos, pictures, all that fun and dandy stuff. Don't forget to follow our personal social media stuff at polar_opposites. That's our Twitter handle, and facebook.com/polaroppositeskTXT to check out some pictures, past episodes. And hopefully, if you guys weren't able to tune into the entire show, or you want to go back and watch it rather than listen to it, then you can find all of that on the KTXT Facebook page as well. And we also got a YouTube channel as well that we recently launched, so don't forget to check that out. We need more subscribers, and help us get to 2,000 likes on Facebook. We're so close. We're like less than 50, so help us out. Tell your friends, tell your family, all the cool stuff. Get pumped for College Radio Day. It's just 5 days away. So excited. Can't wait. We'll leave you guys with a little bit of Circa Waves. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Always keep it locked to the left for more at the Raider.